Hi, my name is Melissa Sipos, and I am here to share what I learned in my Simternship. If I got that right. Um, Basically, this is round one, and this was my market research, choosing the correct research questions and making sure I had the proper outside research purchased. In retrospect, my choices were not perfect, but they led me to choose um, close enough to be successful. As I went back and I looked at some of my choices later on, I was actually really excited about what I had chosen. This was round two. We got to do product selection, which my product selection I felt at the beginning was excellent and later on was excellent. Pricing was excellent. We had to make a product statement, which, as you can see here, it needed a little bit of improvement. And my sales for quarter two were not exactly on par and they needed to be improved. But that was just what I had to work on. So round three, so if it was something that was excellent, I tried to keep with it and I definitely didn't want to mess it up. So I kept my product pricing the same. My product promotions, I kept the same. Ad spending was scattered, and I had ad spending scattered for quite a while. Results could be better, but I just struggled for a while. Um, the next round was round four. My ad spending was still very scattered. My distribution channels were excellent and my sales were good, but not excellent. And definitely not, they were great, but not excellent. Here for round five, my ad spending was still scattered, but better. Distribution channels were excellent and my results could be better. I finally figured out what was going on with my ad spending, and I'll explain that a little bit on later on. My sales went up drastically. I compared and adjusted my distribution channels and realized I could improve, and my channels definitely succeeded. Unfortunately, I should have kept that up later on. So for round six, my product pricing, I messed up because we were able to go ahead and they said we should change the product pricing. I was swayed by the new objectives and I lowered my tote price because I had been at $140 and I only lowered by $5, but at that point I went from excellent down to good. And so I messed up there, and everything else went well in that round, but my sales were low because my price went lower. Um, in the final round, I went better. And so in the final round, I went up in my sales because I went higher in the actual tote bag. But then I tried to change it up by picking a different distribution channel with my last one, and it didn't go so well. So I changed something every single round and I never had perfect sales. So I guess what I figured out was it was nice to be able to see that I I could figure out things along the way, but I never ever got exactly where I was supposed to be ever. So I know I never hit 100%, but I never tanked it, and I felt good because I never tanked it. That was something, but I felt bad because I never like flourished 100%. As far as hitting the four P's, so the four P's of marketing, I felt very comfortable with. Um, there's the four P's. So product, a good service, or an idea to satisfy the customer's need. I did well when it came to the product of Bahui totes. I immediately chose a large sized black tote with four pockets and priced it at $140. The amount I charged was a good, the price is the amount I charged for a good or service or idea. From the start, I priced it at $140. In round six, I lowered it by $5 and was definitely um, challenged by that, but I realized that the mistake. And in round seven, I went up by $15, and that definitely helped it. Promotion, I did really good. Promotion was the Ronald McDonald House and coupons and gifts. I never changed that. From the start, I had that as part of my market research, and I had that the whole 70 rounds. And so that was perfect. I really loved being able to have that as part of my market research. And it was great. It was really, really wonderful. And then as far as my last P is place and knowing where to market or where to sell, I always used the city bags and I marketed or I generally sold in Jenny and June. It was that third store I just never knew where to sell at. And so I always switched that last store and I just never really sometimes I was in the green, sometimes in the yellow, but I never really ever got my sales to where it was supposed to be in the it was in the green sometimes, but it was never ever where it was supposed to be in the wonderful spot in the green. So I guess the biggest challenge is that for me as a start, um uh, I, I don't really know. The biggest challenge for me was because mm, I knew that there was a way to see the previous rounds, and I knew there was a way to see the previous rounds, but I wasn't sure how to get to that point, and I wasn't sure how I was supposed to see how to get to that point. And I was really sad that I couldn't see that until like the fifth round. And unfortunately, not being able to see that until the fifth round was very, very discouraging. Um, from there, I was sad to go that way. Um, Finally, once the instructor did a screencast and I was able to see the screencast, I could see how to go from round to round, but until like about round five, I can only see round one and I couldn't understand to see how the other rounds. I did write it down after like round three or four, so I could see how to do my rounds, my ad spending. But for a couple of rounds, I definitely did struggle in that way. That was my biggest challenge. As far as marketing and essential for any company, personally, I want to be a consultant for a small business owner looking to improve their businesses. Therefore, I must be knowledgeable in marketing. And this was a great course. It helped me understand the basics of marketing. And I look forward to applying this knowledge to the companies I work with and using it in future companies. My initial beliefs about marketing were it was all about advertising and I wanted nothing to do with it. I'm unsure if I want to go into the marketing field, but I don't feel as overwhelmed about it as I did initially. And I feel more comfortable talking about marketing in the different aspects of social media and wanting to connect with more people outside of my bubble by explaining social media and marketing and helping others to understand it. I am grateful that I have taken this course, and I look forward to taking more marketing courses and being able to help those that I will be able to help with my business in the future. So, thanks so much.